Hello, welcome to a video. It's Friday night here. I'm excited to do a reading. Whew, deep breath. Let's do some drumming to clear the space. I've also got some herbs burning. All right, and we'll get into the reading in a minute or two. All right. That drum I was just playing is my newest drum, and the only thing is it doesn't get very loud, which is okay because it's really beautiful playing soft, but I was just trying to play it harder, and that's just not its strength. All right. Okay, so I have some angel cards out, but I was thinking we could start with tarot. I have the, it's called the Cathar Tarot. Draws on the ancient wisdom tradition stretching back through the Cathars to the Grail myths and the Gnostics. Yeah, basically it is, I'm going to read you a little bit about it because it feels necessary. Who are the Cathars? One of the most enigmatic and fascinating spiritual groups to emerge from the melting pot of religions during the Middle Ages, first recognized in the 11th century in northern Italy and western Germany. The Cathars became concentrated in and around the area of Provence and the Languedoc in what is today southern France. The name Cathar itself is said to come from the Greek katharoi, which means the pure, although they referred to themselves as banshams, meaning good men and women, or simply good Christians, seeking to separate themselves from the Catholic world. They rejected many of the formalized beliefs of the Roman Catholic Church and held the belief that the world was created not by God, but by the demiurge, Demiurge, a reflection of the real creator who had made the world as a poor copy of humanity's true home, an earthly paradise in which there was no fall, no expulsion from Eden, and no sin. Many commentators view the Cathars as supremely dualistic, and while they certainly saw the world of matter and form as inherently dark and the world beyond as light, they were well aware that a blending of the two aspects of creation was essential for the spiritual growth of humanity. I'm just reading a little bit. It says they were vegetarians. To partake of any creature formed by the demiurge was evil. They possessed a healthy attitude toward sexuality at a time when most Christians were not. The gentle way of life and religious toleration of the Cathars reflected a deep understanding of the links between Christianity and the religions of the East, as well as of the true nature of the human condition. This all led them to explore a way of life radically different from the rest of the medieval world. Theirs was a way of kindness, self-possession, and generosity of spirit, while the greed, jealousy, and violence of the Orthodox Western belief system was ignored. Yeah, so I don't necessarily know enough, about these. I was just drawn to them in a store like over a year ago. Something about it resonated, and they're not very beautiful cards. It's like a little bit more of a traditional tarot vibe. So yeah, I'm just gonna trust that, but I wanted to at least read a little bit for you to see what this is all about. And it's interesting because I was raised Catholic, and I still have some ties there, but I love exploring other belief systems as well. So let's see, any messages for the viewers. Okay, several things came out here. Sometimes when a lot of things come out, I only take the ones that are upright. 10 of Wisdom and number 20, the Last Judgment. So in the 10 of Wisdom, there is a family at home. There's food on the table. There's a woman holding a baby. And in the number 20, the Last Judgment, there's definitely, it's almost like the doorway to heaven, where people are waiting to be judged. I'm just going to look, since I'm not as familiar with this deck, how the book defines these. Okay, so the Last Judgment, everything must be renewed. In strife, the seeker finds peace. The Cathars believed they would be judged at the end of their lives, that if they had lived well and honestly, or even if they renounced the world at the last moment, they would be received at the gates of paradise by Christ, who would conduct them into a realm of eternal light and joy. In order for this to happen, they must follow a life of goodness. Despite this seemingly rather bleak outlook on life, because it's talking about how they couldn't eat meat, eggs, fish, they lived well and comfortably. Okay. And it means renewal, judgment, change, self-assessment, outcome, promotion, decision, and restoration. For most readers, the Judgment card will be seen as a call to rise, not to heaven, but to a new direction or purpose in life. Judgment suggests the need for change. Just how radical will depend on the nature of the issue and the surrounding circumstances. This card often appears at a time when you find yourself at a crossroads in your life and need to make the appropriate decision as to which path to take based on your own judgment. Okay, so let's put that there. And I just want to see their interpretation of the 10 of Wisdom. This card is connected with the house and home and is about the running of one's own small kingdom. Finances are secure, and thoughts may turn to leaving a legacy for a child, partner, or friend. From the position of head of household, we look around us, remembering things that have happened, old victories and defeats. The family line is important here, and we will be aware of the importance of our ancestral lineage. It means savings, legacy, security, travel, ancestral memory, and lineage. Okay. So you might be facing a decision that has to do with your family or home. This is interesting that this is coming out, and this is partially why I clear the space to make sure that the readings aren't just for me. But today I was doing a lot of things for my house, and I was wondering if, because I turned 40, if I'm focused on things that I wasn't before, like changing light bulbs that have been burnt out for like 5 years, like lights that didn't really need to work, that it wasn't urgent to fix them, and now I'm like, I want my house to be fully functional. So there could be a change coming, a decision that you need to make regarding caring for your home, whether you're going to keep this home or move somewhere bigger, whether you're going to let somebody new into your family, because there is a person outside of the home in that card. Maybe even your eating habits, you know, because I do see food on their table, and these this book about the Cathars is talking about them being vegetarian. On the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the Six of Swords, which means walking away from something. So you might be walking away from a specific real estate choice or rental situation. Or like I said, old eating habits. Your kids may be growing up. So that may be sparking some changes as well. All right, let's go ahead and clarify this with another tarot. Okay. All right, let's clarify with the Light Seers Tarot. Clarify this message, please. Seven of Cups in reverse. This could mean that you are moving past being paralyzed by all the options. Again, with the Judgment, you know, symbolizing a decision. And Seven of Cups symbolizes like, oh my God, there's so many options. Which one am I going to pick? This to me says that you are moving closer to making a decision. And then the Star came out. Oh my God. So the Star is the most positive wish fulfillment card. So this is telling us that this change is very positive. So any fear that you are feeling regarding this, which is normal. I mean, the 10 of Wisdom and the Judgment are major cards. You know, the 10 being a number of completion, and the Judgment is one of the major arcana. Let's get some advice for this change from the angel cards. This one is Archangel Gabriel. What should these viewers keep in mind as they are making this upcoming decision? Or what supports can they lean on? If you're watching and you don't believe in angels, that could be an issue. You have to actually ask for help. Not saying you won't get any help if you don't ask, but an important part of the process is to actually say, I would like angelic assistance. I would like God. Please assist with this matter. Okay. There's a lot that came out. Oh my God. Motivation. Pray for guidance as to how to increase your enthusiasm for and focus on the project. Birth, new life, such as a baby, idea, happy news, or an exciting project, blossoms within and around you. Recognition, you and your accomplishments are receiving appreciation and honors. Okay, so not only is it a wish fulfillment, it will be recognized by others. Divine guidance. The ideas you are receiving are heaven-sent answers to your prayers. Have confidence in your creations. Trust in the power of God's creativity, which is being manifested through you. Mother Mary, the Blessed Mother, is helping you with your divine life purpose. And on the bottom of the deck, open your heart to love. The more you open your heart and pour your love into your creations, the greater their life force energy. So that is a lot. That is a lot. So the fact that you have both Divine Guidance and Mother Mary, yeah. If you actually open up to and ask for support, it is right here. I mean, it's right here. And this, along with the star, tells me, you know, whatever decision you're moving into is definitely a good idea. You might be having issues with your motivation. I know I was several weeks ago. And something that helped me was putting some more structure in place. Obviously, it depends on what your issue is. But for me, I had actually gotten to a point of having so much freedom in my schedule that I needed to put structure in place in order to get certain things done. So, for example, I scheduled co-working sessions with one of my best friends. I also got into a routine of which days I was going into the office and which days I was working from home, which I had fallen out of over summer. And I just restructured my day in terms of like even starting work at 7:30 a.m. and then taking a break and then going back to work, as opposed to starting around 9. So that's just an example from my life, but it is definitely possible to get your motivation back. I mean, sometimes you just have to wait a little bit till the solutions can come in, but definitely try something different, if you are dealing with low motivation, because that could help a lot. And then with birth here, yeah, I mean, this is either going to be a big change or just really something brand new. This isn't just like a small shift. Okay. And then these last two that I haven't talked about again yet, I introduced them, but the have confidence in your creations and open your heart to love. These to me are about, like, as you're making the change, just pour your love into it and trust that, God is working through you, that you are not just working as a, individual that's not connecting to something greater. Let's also pull some angel cards from the Gabriel. Sorry, that's what we just did. The Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle. Let's see. It's this one. So just to recap so far, we have a change on the horizon related to your home, your family, and you're getting really close to the point of actually making a decision. And there's all this divine support coming in. Let's see if Archangel Michael has has any wisdom before we close here. Okay. It's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Wow, so that is beautiful confirmation, again, of that, like, this is actually right here. The Seven of Cups reversed. So this whole, like, I'm not there yet. I don't know what to choose. What's under there? I'm scared. I don't know what decision to make. I don't want to get burned again. You know, whatever the anxiety might be. It's almost over. And then at the bottom, trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. So again, this may be about you actually asking for help. I did yesterday. I have a couple family members who helped me see that I actually haven't been asking for as much divine support as I could be. And so I did. I just asked really clearly, and I was rattling while I did it, which to me just amplifies the prayer. So this reading is really like, hold tight or let go, honestly, either one. Just know that it's almost time. It's almost over. And there is change coming, and you are very supported. All right. Until next time, love you all. Have a good weekend.